And we have, of course, been discussing politics and healthcare in Nigeria as the contestants in the presidential elections flash their manifestos. Healthcare professionals are wondering where the crucial issue of healthcare fits in. Access to good health services is something that everyone should have as a right, according to the United Nations. How will those vying for power serve the underserved in a country like Nigeria, where millions have little access to affordable health care? All the promises made over the years, all the reported deals that they claim to have struck, all the money said to have been spent, have not brought health care closer to the people, apart from the grim, harsh message that if you are struck down by a major illness and you want to live, your only chance of survival is to find money however you can and travel overseas for treatment. As the 2023 elections draw near, can Nigerians hold on to the hope that their politicians will do something drastic and dramatic to improve healthcare in this country? Well, let's hear from one of the competing political parties about their plans for improving healthcare in Nigeria. With me in the studio is the National Publicity Secretary of the Social Democratic Party, or SDP, Ambassador Rufus Aiyenigba. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
Nigerians, of course, Nigeria, the country, turns 62 this weekend. The country now fully in the election campaign season. This is clearly a good time to reflect on the state of health in this country, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you for this opportunity to engage the challenge and the issues of healthcare delivery in Nigeria. Nigeria has an abysmally low rating globally in area of healthcare delivery, and it is unfortunate that we are in this mess after so long a period of independence and with so much investment that has been made. And what we just need to come to terms with the fact and the matter is that we are in a very terrible situation health-wise. The number of affordable deaths, the poor health infrastructure in Nigeria, and the alarming and very annoying situation of health tourism abroad in Nigeria. People who were to deliver services abandoning their own people here because they've been over the years, they've had the opportunity of cornering the wealth of the people. And so the little, even headache, earache, toothache and all of that, the next morning they're on the way to India, to Dubai and all of that. And you recall, Charles, that time was in Nigeria when the UCH in Ibadan was a reference hospital for the whole of West Africa. What has happened? What we lack, what has happened is poor leadership, poor the political will to do the right thing. And that is where the SDP comes in.
Well, I was going to ask you, because I mean, you've laid out the problem very well.
Yeah.
But then it's much easier to lay out the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the problem is already there. The solution isn't there, and that's what we're looking for. What is the SDP's plan for turning healthcare around in this country? Should you win the presidency, for example?
3 things we will do. One, will provide comprehensive health service, make it accessible, make health affordable. And how do you do that? What we have lacked essentially is adequate budgetary allocation. We've not had sufficient. There are standards, there are benchmarks. For instance, we are to have a minimum of about 15% of our allocation, budget allocation for health. We've not had that. In this year budget, the last one, there's a reasonable difference, from what it used to be, but that is grossly insufficient. What we want to do as a party is to, one, review the entire system. There are laws, there are instruments, policies and all of that we need to review. We need to bring in a drastic, holistic health reform agenda that we want to drive and make health affordable, increase funding, block all the loopholes. What we have had over time is when allocations are made, when they are even released, they are misapplied, poorly executed, and all of that. So all of those are what we are going to change and look at, prioritize health. Health is wealth. Good health service delivery is a major dividend of democracy that has been lacking. We need to do that. We need to change the story and bring healthcare to the doorsteps of people and essentially reform. We have a dysfunctional primary healthcare system as we speak. We need to go back to that. We have the primary, we have the secondary, and we have the tertiary. And what has been this situation? The primary is more or less nowhere, and tertiary, secondary, you have this technology, the equipment, the laboratory, everything not functioning well. So what we want to do is, as a party, reform the whole of process.
Right, okay. I mean, obviously, there is a big issue around what any government that takes over in Nigeria can actually afford to do.
Yeah.
How are you going to pay for these promises and these ideas that you've got?
There are, majorly, you have, if you prioritize health, increase the funding, increase funding through budgetary allocation, and
yeah, but what are you going to take? Where are you going to take the money from? What other sectors are going to suffer as a result of you taking this big money and putting it in healthcare?
Whatever we have to spend, we'll scale them, put them on the scale, and look at what is important. Every sector is important, but health is wealth. The first thing is you have to be alive, to have a nation that is healthy before you can talk about the economy.
But you have to be creative in the way that you're going to raise your funds. So that's what we want to hear, because you can't get it all. I mean, Nigeria is not actually able to fund its budgets. Absolutely. So you may well make a projection that this is what you're going to do, but there'll be vagaries in the market, the oil market, all the rest of it, and you may not be able to afford it. So what are the alternative plans that you have for raising money and making sure that you implement this very noble concept that you've got of health is wealth?
We look at the first thing that is the major challenge with us is, even if you have all the money in this world to drive any project, and you have a very huge well of corruption, the cesspool of corruption, the SB government will come in and block all of that, transparently manage our resource, put it on the table for people to see, and let the people take ownership of the process. And all of that attract, there's so much, Charles, you agree with me that the diaspora asset, the Nigerian diaspora asset is huge.
Yes.
That we can make the environment congenial, make it attractive for people out there. They come in, you see, funding, no nation can fund, especially in Africa. Government cannot fund health alone. But we have the budgetary allocation, donor funds, and voluntary organizations coming in, partnership with civil society,
so
and all of that.
One of the things you're talking about, because we're almost out of time, is universal health care.
Universal health
In other words, like the sort of NHS system you got in the UK.
Yeah, what we want to do is to broaden our national health insurance scheme, make it accessible, make it wide, and make it functional, and transparently run in a manner that Nigerians will be willing to participate
right.
in it.
Because they can see the
because
benefits.
They can see the benefit.
Right, okay.
And it comes to them without sweat, that they put their little whatever here. After some time, they can take their ticket, walk into any hospital and all of that. What we want to do is, in the 6 zones, for instance, we're going to bring top-notch professionals. We plan to bring top-notch professionals from across the world to partner with us to establish a minimum of first-class hospitals in at least 6 to start with in the 6 zones in Nigeria, where people will move to, and that, if you're able to do that, put it functional, the equipment, the technology, the health system, all of that. One, it will engender competition, it will engender traffic from all over Nigeria, and it takes away the tourism that is going on presently, and will change the narrative and make Nigeria to be the destination where we, rather than our leaders moving to moving overseas, to treat the people coming to Nigeria to do more and get accessible and affordable healthcare.
Well, you've certainly got your work cut out for you, but obviously you have to win the elections first. Ambassador Rufus Aiyenigba is the National Publicity Secretary of the Social Democratic Party. Thank you very much.
Charles, thank you for having me. Thank you.